Roderick's cold voice cuts through me as he finally says the words. I reject you, Lyric. Mating with you was just a ladder to power. I sob right there. He's used me to climb the pack ranks. You promised you'd take me to doctors. You promised. He just rolls his eyes at my scarred face. I can barely stand the sight of you. You are disgusting. He reminds me my own family never cares enough to help. Then the third most powerful alpha gives his final order. Get your disgusting face out of my pack. Now, I have nowhere to go but back to my father's pack. But when my stepsister opens the door, she blocks my way. There's no room for you here, Lyric. Go back to him. The guards throw me out. My own family doesn't want me back. By evening, I am in a masked bar, trying to drink the pain away. A man in an expensive suit sits beside me and orders me a refill. His voice is impossible to ignore. You've been drinking here alone for some time now. I feel ashamed. He recognizes my mask. Let's make a deal. Have fun for the night and go our separate ways by morning. I stare at him in shock. A one-night affair. But you don't even know me. He warns me it will just be for fun. He never finishes. Not once. A part of me is tempted. No one has ever wanted me, not even my ex-mate. Can we keep our masks on? You'll hate me if you see how ugly I am. Your wish is my command, princess. My stomach drops. Princess. He doesn't know I look like a monster. If he knew, he'd run. I am tempted to cry. Sometimes I really do wish I were treated like a princess. We leave the bar and drive to his hotel in an Arcanus GT. The car screams filthy rich. Maybe he is an alpha. That night he makes love to me for the first time. It is sweet and gentle. He keeps asking if I am okay. He is shocked. I am a virgin and tries to be even more careful. For a moment, I feel like I matter. But then his body jerks, and he finishes with a deep groan. He has told me he could never climax with a woman.
That is strange.
I have made him finish. The impossible just happens. He stares at me like I am a puzzle he has to solve. Then he removes his mask and I freeze. Good moon. He is stunning. Way too good for me.
You should have told me you were a virgin at the bar.
His hand reaches for my mask. I recoil hard.
No.
Why? You've seen my face.
I'm ugly.
He doesn't stop. He pulls it off and tips my chin up. I shiver as he runs a finger along the scar. No one has ever touched it like that.
What happened?
I tell him about the abduction, the burn, the useless doctors. Then he says words I've never heard in my life.
You're beautiful. You really think the scar makes you ugly?
He pulls me into his arms and calls me princess. For the first time, someone is begging me to stay.
Do you think we could adjust our deal? I'd love to spend another day with you.
I'd love to.
I fall asleep against his chest, believing the miracle is real. But by morning, he is gone. No note, no trace. Only the cold sheets and the ache between my legs. A man knocks and orders me to leave.
The man I came with last night. Will he come back?
No. He told me to get you to leave. He doesn't want to see you anywhere near here. Leave now. Just like that, my heart shatters all over again. And this time it hurts more than when Roderick rejects me. I can barely hold back my laughter as Rufus, my father's oldest guard, squints at me. He is sent to pick me up, but he doesn't recognize me. And how can you be Lyric? It's not possible.
Would it help if I remind you that your favorite soup was butternut squash? We used to play chutes and ladders.
His jaw drops. 5 years ago, I was the ugly, scarred girl everyone rejected. Now, I am gorgeous. I fall into his arms for a warm hug. He is the closest thing I have to a parent back then. Your face. You look gorgeous. You've only been gone for 5 years. How is this possible?
Let's just say, fate decides to smile on me.
But a bitter taste fills my mouth. I am only back because of my father. As he takes my luggage, Rufus calls out, "You dropped something." I see the scanned image on the floor, and my heart jumps into my throat. It is an X-ray of a fetus. I snatch it up and lie that it isn't mine. A pathetic lie. My past is stalking me. Minutes later, a guard in a black suit approaches me while I wait for my other luggage. The alpha over there demands an audience with you. I don't even look.
I'm in a hurry. Tell him I'm sorry.
The guard doesn't move. It's Alpha Roderick of Nightshade. My chest tightens with a familiar, searing pain. My ex-mate. The man who called me disgusting and threw me out. I am here to cut the final ribbon with him, but I am not ready to face him yet.
More reason not to see him.
I turn away, digging my nails into my palms. I demand an update from an airport worker. Just get me my luggage. Fast. But they aren't fast enough. A shadow falls over me. My blood runs cold. Unfortunately, I see Roderick approaching me. Roderick Fletcher walks right up to me. The man who broke my heart. My chest tightens. I fight back, the tears stinging my eyes. He leans against the counter like he owns the world. So I have to come speak to you myself. How daring. I can't speak. My throat is too tight. He tilts his head, checking me out like fresh meat. What's the name? I force the words out, voice barely steady. I don't feel like disclosing my name to strangers. His eyes light up with amusement. This man never smiles at me once in the year we are mated. I'm here waiting for a certain bitch to arrive. Ex-mate, I'll finally be free of her. He calls me a monster, says I am the ugliest thing he's ever seen. Right to my face. Having no idea who I really am. Something hot explodes in my chest, but this isn't the place. Your contact. If you don't mind. I turn around and look him dead in the eyes. Even if I had to give up my number to save myself from you, I wouldn't do it, Alpha. Shock hits his face. Then a flash of hurt. I walk away, leaving him speechless. At home, the party is already in full swing. My stepmother's birthday. I walk in wearing simple jeans and a ponytail. Every head turns. Nora, my stepsister, rushes up with a fake smile. Hi, you're a little late for the party. What's your name? 5 years ago, she slammed the door in my face, called me a stain on her name. Now she wants to be friends. I'm not here for the party. I find father in the corner. His eyes lock on me with suspicion. Who are you? Am I that different that you can't recognize me? What about you, father? Gasps ripple through the crowd. Nora's hand flies to her mouth. Lyric? Who's this impersonator? You think we'd fall for this scam? I ignore her and face my father. I'm only here because you said there was something important. Let's have that conversation now. In his study, father stares at me like a ghost. What happened to you? Your scar was impossible to get rid of. I don't want to talk about the last 5 years. Just tell me why you needed me here. His face goes dark. Then he drops the bomb. Our pack is in deep mess with Darkspire. I lost a lot of money, and now we're indebted to them. Darkspire, the most vicious pack there is. The alphas everyone avoids. If word gets out, we're doomed. We'd fall in the ranks. But they're willing to let it go. I narrow my eyes. There is always a catch. But they need a Luna from this family for just a year. My father tells me I'll be sacrificed to a demon. And he says it like he is offering me a gift. Darkspire needs a Luna from this family. Just 1 year. 1 year. With Alpha Jarrus Dreadmore, the man rumored to have killed his own father and brother. All it takes to kill someone is a minute. For someone like Jarrus, half a minute. But my father's eyes hold only desperation, not guilt. He grips my hand like a drowning man clutching a rope. This is the last I'll ask of you. Do this for me. Hours later, I stand in my old room, dressed in red, ready to meet the monster who will own me for a year. My fingers find the ultrasound photo hidden in my drawer. The outline of unborn babies. 5 years old. Still the best and worst thing that ever happens to me. I hide it fast when someone tries the door. Nora, fuming. How did you get rid of your scar? You want everyone to see the beautiful you now? Then she drops her real bomb. Soon Roderick will be here. You two will finish your breakup. It clicks. Roderick is choosing Nora. Using my leftovers? I expected better from the pretty one. I slam the door before she can respond. Then comes Darkspire. The grandest, wealthiest pack I've ever seen. Luna Isolde herself greets us in the massive living room. Bless Seraphis. She's gorgeous. Then we wait. Almost an hour. The alpha doesn't show. Even Isolde grows furious at her son's disrespect. Finally, the door opens. The air itself shifts. 2 men flank him. I look up to meet my new alpha's face. And my world shatters. Horror crushes my chest until I can't breathe. Because the man standing before me is the very one who ruins me 5 years ago. I stop breathing the second the door opens. Jarrus Dreadmore, the alpha king of Darkspire, walks in. But I know that face. That's the man who ruined me 5 years ago. He called me beautiful that night. Now his eyes are dead.
Jarrus, you're here. Meet Alpha Bennett and his daughter.
He looks right through me. An icy stare that screams pure disgust. The name times Princess Times screams inside my skull. He lied. He played me. Without saying a single word, he turns his back and walks away. He completely ignores my father. An older alpha, humiliated in silence. My chest is on fire. I can't be his Luna. I'd rather die. I make a weak excuse and bolt for a restroom. Behind the locked door, I shatter. I cry until my ribs ache. He was the first man to make me feel loved after my scar, and the first to rip it away. I pull myself together. The past is the past. I'll bury it again. I step out to find the maid gone. Then I hear tiny footsteps. Running. A little girl stops in front of me. Silver eyes, maybe 4 or 5 years old. A sharp, strange ache stabs my heart.
Auntie, can you help my brother?
We reach a door. She pushes it open. I step inside and see what she brought me to see. My body freezes. The boy on the bed was shaking like he was burning alive. His tiny fists clenched the sheets. Sweat covered his forehead. I ran to him without thinking. What's wrong with him? It happens to him often, but it's getting worse. I don't know where Mummy went, and Daddy's busy. I can't go to him. I touched his forehead. It was scorching hot. I turned to ask Zyla something and found her crying. Don't worry, honey, I'll make him fine. With her help, I got warm water and napkins. The boy on the bed is shaking like he is burning alive. His tiny fists clench the sheets. Sweat covers his forehead. I run to him without thinking. What's wrong with him? It happens to him often, but it's getting worse. I don't know where Mummy went, and Daddy's busy. I can't go to him. I touch his forehead. It is scorching hot. I turn to ask Zyla something and find her crying. Don't worry, honey, I'll make him fine. With her help, I get warm water and napkins. I lift his head onto my lap and press the warm cloth to his forehead. I pray to the protectors of the moon while I work. Minutes pass. He grows calmer. I massage the back of his head, one spot in particular. Soon, the shaking stops completely. He looks like he is just napping. I finally see how handsome he is. Lustrous hair, peaceful face. What's your name? Zyla. She blushes. A cute little girl. Do your parents go to work? Is that why they aren't here? My fingers freeze on the boy's head. My pulse hammers. Your father is Alpha Jarrus? She nods, smiling with pride. My world crumbles. Jarrus has kids. Twins by the look of it. 5 years old. The exact time he slept with me. The night he called me beautiful and then vanished. He already had a family back then. A lover, children. I am nothing but a lie he told for one night. The door bursts open. A young woman in a long dress stands frozen, glaring at me like I am a ghost. Who are you? Hi, I'm Lyric. I don't give a hoot about your name. What the hell are you doing in here? And why are you holding my son? My chest tightens. She is Jairus' lover. The mother. I gently lift Xylon's head onto a pillow and stand. Before I can speak, Zyla does. I called her Mummy. Xylon was having one of his crises and needed help. I found her in the passage. So you invite strangers into your room? Where did you learn that? Zyla flinches. Even I feel the coldness. The woman's sharp gaze cuts back to me. You should know better than to follow a child in here. I had to save a suffering child. Wasn't that worth it? It's not like you can do anything for him. I've been the one taking care of Xylon. Nobody has been able to help him other than me. But the auntie helped him, Mummy. Xylon got better immediately. I'd never seen him recover so quickly. Surprise flickers through the woman's eyes. She looks at Xylon again, and this time, she sees it. He is truly calm. I lifted his head onto my lap and pressed the warm cloth to his forehead. I prayed to the protectors of the moon while I worked. Minutes passed. He grew calmer. I massaged the back of his head, one spot in particular. Soon, the shaking stopped completely. He looked like he was just napping. I finally saw how handsome he was. Lustrous hair, peaceful face. What's your name? Zyla. She blushed. A cute little girl. Do your parents go to work? Is that why they aren't here? Mummy goes to work sometimes, but Daddy's here. My father is the Alpha. My fingers froze on the boy's head. My pulse hammered. Your father is Alpha Jairus? She nodded, smiling with pride. My world crumbled. Jairus had kids. Twins, by the look of it. 5 years old. The exact time he slept with me. The night he called me beautiful and then vanished. He already had a family back then. A lover. Children. I was nothing but a lie he told for one night. The door burst open. A young woman in a long dress stood frozen, glaring at me like I was a ghost. Who are you? Hi. I'm Lyric. I don't give a hoot about your name. What the hell are you doing in here? And why are you holding my son? My chest tightened. She was Jairus' lover, the mother. I gently lifted Xylon's head onto a pillow and stood. Before I could speak, Zyla did. I called her Mummy. Xylon was having one of his crises and needed help. I found her in the passage. So you invite strangers into your room? Where did you learn that? Zyla flinched. Even I felt the coldness. The woman's sharp gaze cut back to me. You should know better than to follow a child in here. I had to save a suffering child. Wasn't that worth it? It's not like you can do anything for him. I've been the one taking care of Xylon. Nobody has been able to help him other than me. But the auntie helped him, Mummy. Xylon got better immediately. I'd never seen him recover so quickly. Surprise flickered through the woman's eyes. She looked at Xylon again, and this time, she saw it. He was truly calm. The woman at the door stares at me like I am dirt. She is their mother, Jairus' lover.
It must be mere luck. She didn't have to do much.
Mere luck? She has no idea what I just did.
Leave. Now.
I lower my head and walk out. Jairus already has a family, beautiful kids, a lover. 5 years ago, he comes to me anyway. While she has newborns at home, he calls me beautiful. The betrayal burns worse than anything. Across the pack house, Jairus sits alone in his room. His mother has just left. Furious, he refuses to see me.
You need a Luna. Just 1 year. If she survives...
I'm done with this conversation.
Alone now, Jairus opens a safe. He pulls out a single photograph. A blurry image of a woman leaving a hotel. 5 years ago. 5 years of searching. Nothing. He calls her his princess, the only woman he ever wants. Hours later, Jairus finally checks on his kids. Zyla's little face turns serious.
Daddy, Xylon had one of his crises today.
Jairus' jaw tightens. He touches his son's hair. Xylon drops his gaze, ashamed of his suffering. But Zyla's eyes light up with hope.
But he got better so fast. Faster than ever before.
Jairus frowns.
What happened?
Zyla looks up at her father, her silver eyes serious.
Someone treated him.
Zyla just says someone else treated Xylon today. A beautiful auntie in a red dress. My thoughts freeze.
Who came into my kid's room?
Before Zyla can speak, Marta cuts in with a chuckle.
Silly Zyla wanted to surprise you. I came up with a new formula. It worked.
She touches Zyla's hair with fake tenderness and sends her away.
Go get water for your brother, honey.
Zyla walks off. Uncomfortable. Silent. I ask Marta if it is really her.
Of course. Who else would enter the kid's room?
It makes sense. Marta is head doctor at the Central Pack Hospital. But then she switches topics.
Why can't I be enough for you and your mother? I gave you 2 kids. An heir.
Not this again.
I told you from the start, bearing my kids would never make you my Luna.
Marta's eyes tear up. I leave before her drama can trap me. Later, when the kids come to my room, Zyla is unhappy all evening. I pull her aside before bedtime.
Is something wrong?
She glances nervously at the door.
Mummy told me not to tell you, but I'm worried about Xylon.
My jaw tightens.
Mummy wasn't the one who helped him today. It was a beautiful auntie. She wore a red dress.
Red dress. Alpha Bennett's daughter. Meanwhile, I stand frozen in my father's house as Nora spits venom at me.
He rejected you first. Drop the illusion, Lyric.
The words slice open a wound I try to bury. Roderick has been eager to end things with me. Just like Jairus. I walk away without looking back at her. But in Jairus' room, one question burns through my mind. Hold on. Alpha Bennett's daughter. I wake up that morning with a plan. My life is done here. Father's union falls through, so now I am free to return to Draconis. It's a human country. Peaceful, no violent wolves, no arrogant alphas. I just need to end the final bond with Roderick, and then my life is perfect again. Feeling good, I get in my car for a last drive. But the moment I turn onto the street, a bright red car swerves right into my lane. I slam the brakes, body jerking hard against the seatbelt. The other car just sits there, inches away, like a dare. Fury explodes in my chest. I shove my door open and storm over. Hey, what are you doing? You almost hit me. The door opens and a man leans out, dark shades, messy hair, a cocky smirk. You're lucky I didn't run into you completely. I freeze. That voice, that face, it clicks like lightning. Jace? He rips off the shades with a dramatic grin. Ding ding ding, give the lady a prize. Took you long enough, Lyric. Come here. Pure joy bubbles out of me and I throw myself into his arms. This is my childhood best friend, the one who never shied from my scar. We haven't seen each other for over 15 years. Later, as we eat, Jace fumes about Roderick using me, saying he will rearrange his face. But those words are just a brief comfort. The restaurant suddenly goes quiet. Two men with hard-as-rock faces walk in, straight toward our table. I recognize them. They are Alpha Jairus' guards from last night. A warm morning to you, Miss Harper. We're deeply sorry, but you'll need to come with us. Jace mocks them, but the guard ignores him, eyes fixed on me. Why? Alpha Jairus seeks an audience. My heart skips a beat, but I grip my fork tighter. No. I am done with this. I will not be summoned by a liar and a hypocrite. My jaw tightens. I'm sorry, but I'm not seeing him. You can tell him I've changed my mind. The men stare at me like I've just grown a second head. I swallow hard, but I don't take back my words. Are you telling us to deliver a message that you refused, Alpha Jairus? Before I can answer, Jace shoots up from his chair. She was clear. Tell your Alpha to send chocolates next time. Kale isn't here for jokes. He grabs my hand, firm but not brutal, determined to drag me out. Get your hand off her! Kale doesn't let go. So Jace swings. Chaos erupts. Tables crash. Glass shatters. Two powerful men turn the restaurant into a war zone trying to rip each other apart. It takes several strong men just to pull them apart. Kale spits blood on the floor, his furious glare fixed on Jace. This isn't over. When they finally leave, I grab Jace by the face, checking the damage. Just tell me my nose is still cute. Is my nose still cute, Lyric? I want to laugh, but I know we just made a powerful enemy. Across the territory, I walk into my room, only to find Marta sitting on my bed. You don't get to come here without permission. She tries to fake a smile and offer good news. I am not falling for it. When were you going to tell me the truth? That someone else saved Xylon, not you? She turns pale. Caught in her lie. Were you so desperate for my approval that you'd steal credit for our son's life? She has no words, only pride and tears. I dismiss her with nothing but disgust. Then Kale and Mirion walk in. Kale looks like he just lost a fight with a rogue. Sorry, Alpha. She wouldn't come with us. The words hit me like a physical blow. Nobody rejects me. Ever. What are you talking about? She said she's no longer interested. Rage boils over. My hand tightens until the wine glass shatters against my grip. How dare she? I throw the broken glass to the floor and make a decision. Kale, cancel my schedule. Mirion, get the cars ready. We're heading out. Where are we going? Where do you think? Bennett's Pack. I walk into the living room and stop cold. Roderick sits there with Nora, my ex-mate in the flesh. I know you. From the airport, Nora's body goes rigid. This is Lyric. She's here now. Let's get this over with. Roderick looks at Nora like she has lost her mind. Hello, Roderick. I've been as eager as you to end this. Let's go. I turn for the door. No hesitation. How can she be Lyric? She can't. I wasn't born ugly, Roderick. I just got rid of my scar. I throw his own words back at him. Don't look at me. Your face disgusts me. Get out of my pack. Say me. His eyes go wide. For a man like Roderick, that is gold. I open the door. He doesn't follow. He grabs his phone, tapping at the screen. Something just came up. I have to go. Roderick stutters. Roderick, babe, anything can wait. We've waited ages. We'll finish this later. He walks past me and out the door. Guilt written all over his face. Hours later, I tell my father I am returning to Draconis. He doesn't take it well. But I am done with this world. Then two guards burst in. Alpha Jairus is here. My blood turns cold. We rush outside. Jairus steps from his car with an army of men behind him. His eyes lock onto mine and never leave. Alpha Jairus. What a pleasant surprise. I'd have prepared a grand welcome. I didn't come for a welcome. I came to hear directly from your daughter. Jairus steps toward me. I back away. Your daughter told me she was no longer interested. I got your message. His voice drops. Can you say it again, Lyric? His hand opens. Someone places a gun in his palm. I gasp. He aims at one of my father's cars and fires. The window shatters. Jairus, what's the meaning of this? Forgive me, Alpha Bennett. But if your daughter won't honor our agreement, everything you own now belongs to me, considering the depth of your debt. He shoots at another window. Rage burns through my veins. I step in front of the next car before Jairus can shoot.
Fine, you've made your point. Everything doesn't have to be about violence.
His eyes stay cold as death.
Believe me, there is nothing violent about this. You'll know violence when you see one.
He raises the gun again, pointing at another window. What the hell is wrong with this man?
You must learn to speak to me with respect. You'll be associated with me for some time.
My nails dig into my palms. The warning is clear. Say another wrong word and lose more windows.
I understand.
He finally lowers the gun and turns to my father.
I'll take care of the repairs. Someone will fetch her tomorrow. 1 p.m. Be ready.
I glare at his back as he walks away. What a brute. I need to end things with Roderick completely. No more loose ends. He ignores 100 calls, then finally calls back. He wants to meet in his garden first. I find him sitting alone among the flowers, an ugly soul in the middle of beauty.
Thanks for coming. Please, take a seat.
I stay standing.
Get to the point so we can go to the temple.
He takes a deep breath.
I want us to get back together.
Alarms go off in my skull. For a moment, I just stare.
Please tell me you're joking.
He isn't.
I was an asshole. I'm sorry. Give me one more chance. It'll be the best decision of your life.
My forehead crinkles. Is he serious right now?
We are over. You threw me out after using me. I lived like a slave. You hated the sight of my face.
He stands up, but I hold my hand out to stop him.
Now that I'm different, you suddenly want me back? Take me to the temple. Now.
I start walking. He doesn't follow. I turn around. His face is rigid.
Roderick, what are you doing?
He shakes his head.
I'm not doing this. I'm not severing the last bond we have.
His words freeze me. Roderick says he won't sever the bond.
Sorry, what did you just say?
I'm ready to be a better man. I can take care of you now.
He speaks like I should run into his arms.
I am never getting back with you. Let's go to the temple and end this.
He shrugs and walks past me.
You'll just have to put up with me.
I chase him, yelling, but he doesn't stop. His guards block me at the car. He drives off without a look back. I stand there frustrated. If he doesn't end this bond, I can't mate with Jairus. I tell my father everything.
If Darkspire finds out about Roderick, they'll reject you. The debt will ruin us.
He decides to confront Roderick himself. Meanwhile, Marta enters her kids' room and wakes Zyla.
Why did you snitch on me to your dad? I was just worried about Xylon.
Marta lights a cigarette and steps closer.
You need a reminder of what happens when you disobey.
Zyla braces for the burn. Later, a car takes me to Darkspire. I wait in the living room. I spot a huge portrait of Jairus aiming a bow. I touch the frame, remembering that one night years ago.
What are you doing?
The kid's mother glares down from the stairs.
You don't touch things here without permission. It's just a portrait. No sign says not to. You're a stranger. Follow the rules.
She brings up me entering her kid's room before.
That must not happen again. Whoever you are, you're bitter for no reason. You couldn't even thank me for helping your son. Did you just call me bitter?
Her eyes darken. She starts walking toward me. I have no idea what she plans to do. The woman is about to lunge at me when the door bursts open. Jairus walks in with his assistants. His gaze lands on his kid's mother, freezing her in place. Is there a problem? The woman backs away, her anger turning to ice. I bite my tongue and say nothing. Jairus' eyes lock onto mine next. The room feels 10 degrees hotter. With me, I follow him upstairs to a massive office. The door shuts. We are alone. He pours himself a drink and gets straight to the point. Before we begin, I need to know how good you are with treatments. My heart stutters. He wants to know how I healed his son so fast. The truth is dangerous. This healing gift runs in my family, but I am the only one to inherit it. If people find out, I will become a tool. I stammer out a half-truth. I have some knowledge in medicine. Let's just say it's a gift from the moon. His eyes narrow, but he moves on. Do you think you can completely heal my boy? His desperation is on full display. The cold alpha has vanished. I should say no, but I remember the boy's pain. It breaks my heart. His case is rare, but with the right research. Yes. It might take weeks or months. Jairus slides a contract across the table. Sign this before you leave. Also, if you heal my son completely, I'm offering you a blank check. A blank check. Anything in the world. Before I can read the contract, the door flies open again. His two kids run inside, straight into their father's arms. Daddy! I watch him hold them, his whole demeanor changing. He is a good father. A sharp, painful thought cuts through me. What if my twins had survived? Would he have loved them too? Probably not. He already has the perfect family. The little girl, Zyla, spots me and runs over. It's the nice auntie. I was hoping I'd see you again. Her brother, Xylon, walks up to me slowly. He rarely speaks. Thank you. He mentions a joint pain in his shoulder. I take it gently and focus my energy. A few seconds pass. I let go. Xylon rolls his shoulder, his eyes going wide. It feels very fine. I can't feel a thing. He grabs my hand and squeezes it. The simple gesture breaks every wall I have built inside me. I look up at Jairus. He is staring back at me. And this time, there is pure amusement in his eyes. I scan the contract again, my fingers tightening on the paper. 1 year as Luna of Darkspire, 1 year of protection. Father's debt wiped clean. But Roderick still hasn't severed our bond.
Father, the ceremony's in 3 days. Jairus will lose his mind if he finds out I'm still tied to another man.
Father's face is a knot of worry.
Don't worry. I'll handle Roderick. You just gather your things.
I clench my fists. That bastard Roderick is playing a game. But by nightfall, I have signed my name. I am to become the Luna of the most powerful pack. The next morning, Jace forces me to drive him into the city. He sits beside me, munching chips in my ear, while I take a turn onto the main road.
Stop whining. You're driving a Thunder V8. You should be grateful.
I snort.
Grateful? You almost rammed into me 2 days ago. You're just scared to drive.
That was intentional. I wouldn't risk my V8 for your skin.
I laugh, but my mind quickly drifts back to the mess with Roderick. I tell Jace about the Darkspire contract. His shock is dramatic, but his next words hit harder.
Why only a year? A pack needs a Luna for life. It feels like they're walking you into a trap.
I don't have an answer. We pull up to his destination, the Central Hospital, the largest medical facility in the country. Jace disappears inside, leaving me alone. I stare at the towering building, a sad smile hitting my lips. When I was a kid, I used to stand outside this place and dream of working there. But I didn't have a wolf. I was the weak one. The bullied one. Jace had to beat up kids just to stop them from calling me a monster.
Remember Michelle? She made you cry when we were 9. All you did was stand there.
He is right. I was pathetic back then, but that was the old lyric. Now, I am about to be the most powerful woman in the region. Even if it is a trap, I finally have power. Minutes drag on, Jace is taking too long. I look at the hospital again. Just a casual glance. But this time, my heart stops. My lungs lock up. The air turns to stone. The sight in front of me shatters everything. It makes it impossible to breathe. My hand tightens around the steering wheel. My throat goes dry as dust. Coming out of the Central Hospital are Jairus and Marta. Together. They walk side by side, talking like a normal couple. Then his beta, Kale, comes out holding Xylon and Xyla's hands. They look like one big happy family. The family he already had 5 years ago while he was making me feel special. A thought hits me hard. What if Marta is just too busy right now to be Luna? What if I am only a replacement for 1 year until she can take over? I watch them get into their car. The sting of it makes my eyes burn. Inside that car, Marta turns to Jairus the moment the door closes.
See? He looks fine today. There's no need for that woman to come near my kids.
Jairus touches the back of his neck, already exhausted.
We both know this is temporary. He could have another crisis today. What will you do then?
I'll take care of him like I have for 3 years. I'm a head doctor at TCH. Jairus, I can do this.
Yet, your best hasn't helped him in 3 years.
Marta's jaw drops.
You should be glad we found someone who can help Xylon.
She won't be able to. If I can't do it, nobody else can.
She did something in minutes that you couldn't do in years. See the difference.
There was something fishy about what she did that day.
Marta, if you're going to keep talking about this, get out of the car.
That shuts her up. But she looks ready to cry. I have no idea about any of that. I just sit in my own car, drowning in the image of their perfect little family. Later, Jairus returns to the Darkspire Pack with a full schedule ahead. But his plans shatter the moment he arrives. His Gemma, Nerion, meets him with a tense face.
I couldn't reach you by phone. Representatives from the Alpha King's palace are here.
Jairus stops cold. The Alpha King rules over every other Alpha. Visits like this only mean dire news.
Did they say why they're here? They wouldn't tell me. Whatever it is, it's confidential. They'll only deliver it to you.
Jairus strides to the conference room. The waiting men rise to their feet the moment he enters. Their faces are not looking good at all. Something is terribly wrong. I face the representatives. Their grim expressions tell me the news is bad. I offer refreshments. They refuse. What we came to do is too bleak to drink. A long pause. The men exchange painful stares. Alpha Jairus, the Alpha King is dead. The words hit me like a physical blow. King Thaddeus, dead. I force my voice steady, but my control is snapping.
How? We spoke a week ago. He was fine. A man like Thaddeus doesn't just die.
The representative explains. The king entertained a guest, played golf, went to bed healthy. This morning, they found him dead in his sleep. My mind races. This is no natural death.
Have you determined the cause?
The doctors suspect poison, but an Alpha King should withstand ordinary poisons. Someone murdered him. That is the only explanation. The representatives shift the conversation to a more urgent matter. The central throne is empty. We need a new king. The top 10 ranking Alphas will contend. I understand immediately. This is why they came. King Thaddeus spoke highly of you. We see what you have built here. A clear message. I am the frontrunner. I already know I am the highest ranking Alpha. They leave after finalizing funeral arrangements. The rest of my day is ruined. I stay in my office, digging through old reports of Thaddeus. I search for any clue, any reason someone would want him dead. Something about this conspiracy gnaws at me. Evening comes. My mother tries to get me to eat. I send her away. Then, Kael enters, holding out his phone with a dark expression.
Sorry to bother you. You need to see this.
A video plays on the screen. I recognize the figure immediately. Rage detonates in my chest. The pen in my hand snaps.
Is that Lyric?
Kael nods and pulls the phone back. What the hell is this? My wolf surges, furious and territorial. I stand up so fast the chair scrapes back.
Get the car ready, quickly.
I am drunk on stage, belting out songs and swaying around. The crowd loves me. Or maybe they just love a hot mess. Jace pulls me aside and points to a booth. Michelle, the bully who made my life hell. She is glaring at me like I stole her lunch money. And she is here with a guy. Her boyfriend just asked you to dance and you shot him down. Don't you feel like wrecking her night? Revenge tastes sweeter than this cheap liquor. I walk right over to the guy, flashing my best smile. Hey, still want that dance? Michelle's face twists with rage. He doesn't. Go find someone else to bother. Oh, she doesn't recognize me yet. Sorry, but your boyfriend asked me. Don't be the jealous type. I take his hand and whisper so only she hears. The name's Lyric. Should ring a bell, you ugly witch. Her jaw drops as I drag her man to the dance floor. Payback feels incredible. After a few more drinks, I head to the restroom alone. I sense a shadow behind me. It's Michelle's boyfriend, Josh, and his creepy friend. They corner me right outside the stall. Just want to talk. My heart starts pounding. This isn't a chat. I back up. Step back, Josh. Now. He raises his hands, smirking. I slip on the wet floor and scream as I fall. Josh lunges forward to grab me. His friend turns to open the door. But the door swings inward first. A hand rips straight through the friend's chest. Blood sprays the mirror. The body drops. I look up from the floor. There, standing in the doorway, is my alpha. Jarrus isn't just angry. He is death incarnate. He is holding a pulsing, steaming heart in his bare hand. Matt's heart is ripped out of his chest right in front of me. Blood splatters across the restroom floor. Matt drops dead, and standing there, holding his pulsing heart, is Jarrus. What the hell? Josh stumbles away from me. My stomach drops. Jarrus tosses the heart to the floor. His dark eyes lock onto Josh. A monstrous snarl rips from his throat. I haven't done anything. I run in front of Josh, blocking Jarrus's path.
What do you think you're doing? What do you have against him?
Step out of the way, Lyric.
His eyes never leave Josh.
Why? What did he do?
He finally looks at me. His gaze makes my knees want to buckle.
Do I really have to spell it out? I need to explain why I want to kill a man who had his hands over you.
Realization hits me like a freight train. He killed Matt because he thought they were harassing me. I move to block him again.
What is wrong with you, Alpha? Did you just kill him because we were together?
He grabs my wrist with his blood-stained hand, the same hand that just ripped out a heart.
I am trying so hard not to pour my frustration out on you. Now get out of my way before I do something I will regret.
Josh is frozen in terror behind me.
We are leaving. Now.
He tosses me aside. I jump back in front of him.
Please. He didn't do anything. He was just about to leave.
Why the hell didn't you tell me you were connected to Alpha Jarrus? Because I am not. But I can't say that now.
You're not touching him. Otherwise, you can kiss goodbye to your son's treatment.
Rage burns hotter in Jarrus's eyes, but Josh takes his chance. He scurries out the door. Jarrus lets him go. My anger explodes as I stare at Matt's body on the floor. Dead. Because of him. I walk past him toward the door. He grabs my wrist and spins me around.
Did you just threaten me?
I did, because you were about to kill an innocent man.
His grip turns painful. I wince.
I do not take kindly to threats. Threats signify danger, and I'm known to always eliminate dangers.
Let me go.
For your sake, I'd advise you never interrupt me in this way ever again.
I tip my head toward Matt.
Well, take a look at the floor. He didn't deserve that. You don't just kill people because you're upset.
Upset? First, you come to a club wearing a revealing dress, get drunk, sing, and let random guys grope you. You think I don't have a right to be upset?
I glance down at my shorts. How is that his business?
We're not mated yet. I don't understand how you can make judgments over my dress.
He releases my wrist, but I don't move.
Besides, this is a club. Am I expected to wear a dinner dress? There are people wearing worse things than me.
And the boys groping you? Or do you enjoy being touched inappropriately by them?
My mouth drops open in shock.
We were only dancing. I don't get what your problem is. You can't control me this way.
Listen to me. I honestly do not give a fuck about how loose and wayward you are. I know your kind is bound to be this way. But in a few days, you'll be announced as mine. You'll have to represent Darkspire, and I can't have someone who doesn't know how to be comported be my Luna. You need to know your place and not bring shame to my name.
Tears stream down my cheeks. He calls me loose, wayward. He is the only man I have ever slept with. He storms out of the restroom, leaving me alone with my tears. I run after him, catching him near his car.
I can't do this.
He stops and turns to face me.
I'm sorry. I thought I could pull through with this, but it's become obvious we can't work out. I'm terminating the contract.
I storm back home and snatch the contract from my drawer. My fingers tremble as I turn each page. Then I find it the termination clause buried in legal language. Only Alpha Jarrus can end this agreement. If I abandon the contract, I will be arrested and locked away. There is no escape. His mocking voice replays in my head like a nightmare.
I told you to read carefully.
He has baited me into a trap, and now I am shackled to a ruthless killer for an entire year. I bury my face in the pillow and scream. My father's debts mean nothing now. I am a prisoner. 3 agonizing days crawl by. Then shocking news spreads. The Alpha King, Thaddeus, is dead. The entire kingdom mourns. All events are suspended. Our mating ceremony gets pushed back a week. It is the only good news I have received. Every extra day away from Jarrus feels like stolen freedom. Today is the king's funeral in Bristara. Only Alpha families are permitted to attend, but I have to go. I am hunting for a black dress when my phone buzzes. Kale, Jarrus's beta, speaks with cold formality. He informs me a car will collect me at 2. Jarrus wants us to journey there together, like some united couple. I refuse flat out. I tell him I am not obligated to ride anywhere with that man. The line goes dead. I stare at the screen, fury burning in my chest. He can't control every step I take. Before I can leave my room, Nora blocks the doorway with crossed arms and wild eyes. She shrieks that Roderick won't see her anymore and demands to know what I have done. I roll my eyes and snap that maybe it is because I finally look more beautiful than her. She looks ready to claw my face off, but I shove past her and stomp downstairs. Father beams and calls me lovely. Outside, a sleek black sedan sits waiting. The driver bows to me. I walk right past him and climb into our family car instead. I refuse to share air with a heart-ripping monster. Meanwhile, in a dim, smoky bar in Mystopia, a different kind of predator sits alone. A scarred woman with a cruel face keeps ordering refills, her eyes locked on a sports game she barely watches. When the match sputters to an end, she pays her tab and tosses a creased photo onto the counter. It shows a woman's face marked by a deep, ugly scar. The bartender squints at it and shakes his head. Who's she? The scarred woman snatches back the photo and rises to her feet. She pulls free her weapon, slow and deliberate.
She's someone that shouldn't live amongst us. Someone dangerous.
My whole life, I'd craved dominance. My family produced the highest-ranking alphas, and I was doing better than all my predecessors. Yet for the first time, someone challenged me. Lyric Harper. She refused my car, defied my orders, and dared to threaten me over a dead boy at the club. I left for King Thaddeus's funeral in an irritable mood. This was not over. The moment I walked into the funeral hall with Kale and Narian, the room went cold. Every alpha paused. Their beady eyes tracked me. I was used to it. The rumors against me made sure of that. Jairus Dreadmore. It's a pleasure to have you here. Clark, the late king's brother, dipped his head. He always respected me. Other alphas soon crowded around. Tonight, they were trying hard to be friendly. They expected me to become the next alpha king. Suddenly, everyone wanted in my good books. How ironic. Before, they only avoided me. Then the room went cold again. But for a different reason this time, I turned and my chest tightened. Lyric Harper walked in beside her father. My future Luna. She was the most stunning sight I'd ever seen. Her long black dress hugged every curve. Silver stones glittered at the cleavage. Her hair was a messy bun, strands falling over those big green eyes. Every man in the room stared. I felt my fingers crush around my wine glass. She didn't look at me. She stayed glued to her father's side.
You might break that glass.
I dropped it onto a passing tray, jaw clenched. Her father paraded her around, introducing her to every top alpha like she needed connections beyond me. I was the highest connection she could get, and I hated sharing what was mine. Finally, they reached our circle. Her eyes met mine for 2 seconds before she looked away. I kept my gaze locked on her face. Alpha Bennett introduced her to the 3 alphas beside me. Seriously, Bennett. I had no idea you had such beauty in your family. She looks like she'd make a perfect wife for my son. Every nerve in my body tensed. If I'd been holding a glass, I'd have crumpled it to pieces. I stand by my father as he introduces me to the top alphas. When we reach Jairus, my whole body goes rigid. He doesn't even pretend to be polite. The moment my father says I am taken, Jairus gives a curt nod. Then, he just walks away. He walks away, leaving me and my father standing there like fools. Embarrassment burns my cheeks. Is he ashamed of me? My father gets pulled into another boring talk, so I slip away. I find Jace at the wine counter. Finally, someone normal. Forgive me, pretty lady. I'm looking for Lyric, and you sure look a lot like her. I laugh and smack his shoulder. It feels good to smile. We talk, but the peace doesn't last. Jairus' beta, Kyle, appears right beside us. He doesn't even glance at Jace. His cold eyes pin me in place. Miss Harper, keep your distance from men. People will talk. It looks bad when they find out you're already Jairus'. My smile vanishes. So I can't even talk to my friend now? Jace doesn't back down. They step up to each other, spitting venom. Are you sure about that? You left the restaurant with some nasty bruises? Or was that a Halloween costume? Kale's lip curls. If you call that fighting, I barely noticed your skills. I shove myself between them before it turns into a bloodbath. It is the king's funeral. A brawl here would ruin us all. I get Kale to leave, but my hands are trembling with rage. I turn to Jace, my voice strained with frustration. I don't know how long I can put up with this. Jairus is a monster who kills without blinking, and now he wants to control my every breath. I need fresh air. I need to get out of that hall. I mutter something to Jace and push through the doors into the night. But the moment I step outside, I regret my decision. The second I step outside for air, I regret it. Roderick is right there, and before I can turn back, he blocks my path.
Don't act so cold, Lyric. You and I are still bonded.
My blood goes hot.
I'm not bonded to you. Every connection died the moment you rejected me as your mate.
The ribbon at the temple would say otherwise. Besides, I'm ready to talk to your father about our remating ceremony.
He seriously believes I would ever go back.
Even if you were the last man alive, I'd never take you back.
He grabs my wrist, and I struggle to pull free. Then a cold voice cuts through the air.
Is there a problem here?
It is Jairus. My heart nearly stops. He steps closer, his gaze heavy with ownership.
In a few days, she'll be my Luna. So, Roderick, I'll ask again, is something going on?
Roderick's mouth falls open. I shoot him a desperate look, silently begging him not to expose our old bond. Miraculously, he snarls and marches away. But Jairus' fury snaps straight back to me. He brings up the club, the driver I ditched. Every single act of defiance.
Tonight, you'll learn the price of disobeying me. I'll make the pain settle deep in your bones.
My lips part in shock. His eyes hold no bluff. He is going to hurt me, tonight. I turn to leave after my threat, and immediately she rushes after me like her life depends on it.
Fine, let's talk.
I don't stop. Her desperate words mean absolutely nothing to me.
I'm sorry. I was just pissed about the club and the contract. I shouldn't have reacted like that.
I walk into the hall without a single glance back, leaving her there to drown in silence. Fear is the most effective punishment. I can feel her panic surging behind me, raw and desperate. She is trapped in her own terror, and that is exactly what I want from her. During the entire funeral, her eyes never leave my back. She tracks my every move like prey. She doesn't dare move, doesn't dare speak to anyone, just stands frozen. Every time our gazes lock, she flinches as if I have already struck her across the face. That is when Zarek and Chloe approach, holding hands with fake smiles.
Jairus, how have you been? The king's death must have hit you hard. Thaddeus was not my personal king. He was a king to every one of us.
5 years ago, Chloe had been in my bed, begging me to claim her. I refused. She settled for Zarek, but he never forgets that his mate wanted me first. I have no appetite for their theater. I set down my glass and walk off without another word. My instincts pound that Lyric will try to flee the second I am not watching. I sweep the room, she is gone. I rush outside and catch her slipping toward the gate like a rat fleeing a ship. Using my alpha speed, I block her in 3 seconds flat.
Going somewhere, Lyric? We're not done yet.
Her whole body trembles violently. She looks ready to crumble into dust right there.
Please, just let it go. I promise. No more disobedience.
My eyes drop to the necklace hanging around her delicate throat. That old cord and hidden pendant, she has worn it every single day since I met her. She never once removes it. Whatever it holds, it is precious to her. More than anything in the world. This is the only thing that can truly wound her. Perfect. I reach out and rip it from her neck in one harsh, swift motion. Her face goes ghostly white in an instant. I have never seen anyone look more pale before. Right there. She looks like she is about to die. He yanks the necklace right off my neck. My heart stops. Not that. Anything but that.
Please, give it back.
He just rolls the locket between his fingers, admiring his prize.
I think this will do. Good night, Lyric.
He turns away. I run after him, slamming my hand on his car window. He stares down at me through the glass as the car drives off. I take a cab. I follow him to a hotel, but the security guards block me at the door.
I just need to see someone.
I watch him get into the elevator, his eyes locking onto mine as the doors shut. He is gone. He has taken the one thing that means the world to me. I sit outside by the waterfall, crying for hours. That locket holds ashes from my baby's clothes. 5 years ago, I had twins. His twins. They died at birth. I burn the tiny clothes I bought for them and keep the ashes inside the locket. It is all I have left. I never even get to hold them. Late into the night, he finally appears with the necklace in his hand.
Why is it so important? You're willing to spend the night here just to get this back.
I stand up, wiping my tears, too furious to speak. He hands it back.
Never disobey me, Lyric, for as long as you're with me.
I give him a hard glare, grab my purse, and walk away. I feel so relieved holding it again, but that is the last blissful moment I have for the night as a car, seemingly intentionally, runs into me, bringing me to the ground. I feel my soul leave my body when Jairus yanks the chain from my neck. The locket contains ashes from my baby's burned clothes. He has no idea what he is holding. I chase his car, slam my hand against the window, but he just stares through the glass and drives away. I am losing my mind. I jump into a cab and follow him to a luxury hotel, but the security guards stop me at the door. I don't have a reservation, and they won't let me in. I watch Jairus step into the elevator, his gaze pinning me with a look of pure victory before the doors close.
Please, give it back.
But he is gone. With the one thing that means the world to me, I can't leave. I find a spot near a waterfall and sit down, tears streaming down my face. I sit there for hours, into the dead of night, clutching the empty space on my neck. Then, I hear his voice.
Why is it so important? You're willing to spend the night here just to get this back. What makes it so special?
I stand up, wiping my tears, refusing to answer him. I am too furious. For some reason I can't understand. He just hands the necklace back.
Never disobey me, Lyric, for as long as you're with me.
I answer with a hard glare, my eyes still wet, and walk past him toward the gate. Relief floods my veins. I stare at the locket in my hand, a sad smile touching my lips. That is my last blissful moment. A car, seemingly intentionally, runs into me and slams me to the ground. When I wake up, my head is bandaged and I am in a strange bed. The first thing I see is Jairus, sitting on a chair, watching me. My hand flies to my neck. It is bare again. He holds the necklace up.
It's here.
I scramble off the bed and he hands it over without a fight. I immediately head for the door.
What do you think you're doing? Get back to bed, Lyric.
I'm leaving. Not to sound ungrateful, but don't you think it's your fault I got hit? If you hadn't taken this from me, I wouldn't have been here.
A tear drops to my cheek, but I just cross my arms.
Damn it, Lyric! Get back here before I do something crazy.
The words hit me like a physical blow. I shudder, a new kind of fear taking over. I walk away from the door and sit back on the bed, a brewing hurricane with nowhere to go. His final words before he leaves the room are a simple, frustrated command.
If you need anything, ring the landline.
I am trapped. He is frustratingly infuriating. But so am I. I count every hour until dawn. My plan is simple. Leave the second the sun rises. But morning brings a breakfast buffet, a new black dress, a nurse checking my bandage. Jairus has arranged all of it. The nurse swaps the big bandage for a small patch and says I am fine to move. I find Jairus in the other room talking with Kael and Nerion. I wait until they finish. We're leaving together. We walk to the elevator in silence. When the doors open, 2 people are already inside. Alpha Zarek and his Luna Chloe. Their eyes go cold the second they see Jairus. He steps in anyway. So do I. Didn't know you had a woman now. Congratulations. I didn't know you considered it an achievement. Explains why you were sad when a certain woman left you. Chloe's face burns with shame. When we reach the ground floor, Zarek calls after me. Lyric, right? It was nice meeting you. The menace in his voice is unmistakable. Jarrus drops me off without a word and heads to the Silver Citadel. The Alphas meeting starts half an hour later. All 10 Sovereign Alphas sit in the ring. The chairman speaks about the dead king, then comes the throne. Only Sovereign Alphas can challenge for the throne. Who will participate? 9 hands go up. Mine isn't one of them. Every eye turns to me. Jarrus, are you not participating? I have no interest. The room erupts in shock. Later, at the Citadel bar, Zarek corners me. Why aren't you participating? No Luna yet? I force myself to stay calm. What about that woman at the suite? The beautiful one? Is your own woman not enough anymore, Zarek? Do you think she'd cheat on you without hesitation? Like Chloe did? Chloe left you for me. Look at me. Do you think anyone beats me? Then let's bet. 7 days. I'll get your woman to sleep with me. Unless you're afraid she's loose. She's not loose. Then you have nothing to fear. 7 days, Jarrus. She'll be begging to crawl back to my arms. I get home from Brystara exhausted, just wanting a shower. My sister Nora blocks my door, eyeing the patch on my head.
Looks like you ran into a bit of trouble.
I brush her off, too tired to engage.
I hope the driver was really hard on you. I did tell him to be really hard.
My blood freezes. I spin around.
That was you? You hired someone to do that to me. I wasn't there, but I'm sure it must have hurt like a bitch.
She shrugs like she has done nothing more than spill water.
You're sick. I'll make sure you pay for this. Oh, really? Do you think Father would believe I actually tried to hurt you? Keep watching your back.
She walks away, and I stand there brimming with rage. Before I can report her, Jarrus calls. He sounds urgent.
How fast can you get to Darkspire? I need you here, Lyric. Now. It's important.
I rush over. A maid leads me straight to the kids' room. Xylon is shaking violently in bed, his skin burning like hot coal. His sister sits on the floor, crying. I place his head on my legs and call for warm water, napkins, and cinnamon.
Don't worry. I'm here now. Everything will be fine.
Less than 30 minutes later, Xylon is completely calm and asleep. Jarrus follows me into the hallway, his expression softer than I have ever seen it.
Thank you. I didn't entirely believe it when Zyla told me how quickly you treated her brother. How do you do it?
I shrug. Honestly, I don't even know how I do it myself. He asks me to move in before the coronation so I can start full treatment on Xylon. I agree.
Could you be extra careful this week? The coronation is just around the corner. I wouldn't want anything ruining it.
I roll my eyes after I turn away. The old controlling Jarrus is still in there. Later, Jarrus enters his study where Nerion waits, leaning against the table.
Welcome back, boss. I trust Xylon is much better. He is. What do you have for me?
Nerion sets the newspaper aside, his expression shifting darker.
I have information on the task you assigned, and I don't think you're gonna like what I found.
Nerion finds a dark secret from my past. 5 years ago, I was mated to Roderick. He used me to climb the ranks and threw me away the moment he was done. Jarrus doesn't look happy hearing it. And where has she been since then? Nerion says, I just vanished. No one knew where I went for 5 years. Jarrus's suspicion deepens. A girl with no photos, a locket full of ashes, and a 5-year gap in her history. He orders Nerion to dig up everything. But right now, I am the only one who can stop Xylon's nightmare. I rush back to Darkspire as fast as I can. Xylon is shaking terribly in bed, his skin burning like coal. His sister Zyla is on the floor, crying her heart out, while Jarrus sits helplessly beside them. What took you so long? I don't argue with his anger. I just lift Xylon's head onto my lap and start my work. A bowl of warm water, some napkins, and a little cinnamon. In less than 30 minutes, the boy is completely calm and asleep on my legs. Jarrus can't believe his eyes once we leave the room. How do you do it? I can't explain the curse I carry, but seeing Xylon peaceful is worth it. Jarrus then asks me to move in before the coronation ceremony to help the boy more. I agree immediately. I would do anything to save him. Later, when Xylon wakes, he stares at me with weak, tired eyes. You saved me! Again. I smile and ask him what he wants to eat as a gift to me. His nannies are shocked. He never eats after an episode. He grabs his tablet and writes down his demand. He will only eat if I eat with him. I fight back tears and order mini corn dogs and macaroni. The 3 of us eat together until his plate is clean. Then, Xylon writes me a question that shatters my heart. He asks why I don't work in a hospital when so many people are suffering worse than him. A little boy in constant pain is worried about strangers. I can't say no. I'll think about it. And then, for the first time, Xylon hugs me. He squeezes me tight and whispers words I will never forget. Thank you, Auntie. I had a good feeling about you the first day I saw you. Roderick's name flashes on my phone screen, and a chill shoots down my spine even before I answer.
When were you going to tell me you were engaged to Jarrus?
My grip tightens on the phone. The audacity makes my blood boil.
And why do I need to tell you anything? You have no position in my life.
He doesn't know we're still bonded, does he?
I step out onto the empty balcony, my heart hammering against my ribs.
We're not bonded. We rejected each other 5 years ago.
But the bond was never broken. And you know you can't be with someone else. It's forbidden.
He is holding the uncompleted ceremony over my head like a guillotine.
Here's what will happen. You have until the end of today to tell Jarrus the truth and end it. If you don't...
His voice drops, dripping with poison.
I'll come over myself tomorrow and spill the beans. I'll make it embarrassing. What would the people of Darkspire think?
My vision tunnels? I want to shatter my phone just to silence his voice.
You look desperate. Jarrus wouldn't want a woman bonded to another. I'm giving you a chance to make this less humiliating.
Fuck off.
I kill the call, shaking with fury. I immediately call my father, my words a frantic rush about Roderick's threat. But earlier, right before that call, I had been in the bar with Jace. Marta walks in and sees him. The moment her eyes land on Jace's face, she freezes like a statue, her lips part in shock. Without a word, she spins on her heel and scurries out the door, as if she has seen a ghost. I am mid-sentence with my father when a crash of noise erupts from inside the bar behind me. I drop the call without even saying goodbye. My only thought is Jace. I step out of the bar for only a few minutes, and Jace is already in a brawl. Broken tables, smashed glasses, chairs flipped upside down. The place is chaos. Jace and Kale are throwing punches like animals. Jace! Jace! I shout, pushing through the mess.
Having a friendly conversation.
He dodges a punch and keeps swinging. I grab his arm, but he shakes me off like a wet leaf. Nerion finally steps in and pulls Kale away.
I need an apology from him this instant. Apology? Sure. I'm sorry your feelings are more fragile than a soap bubble. If you don't apologize, you're not leaving.
I jump between them and beg Kale to let it go, but Jace opens his mouth again.
If you want to act like a little bitch, at least wear a dress to complete the look.
Kale lunges forward, but Nerion clamps his shoulder and drags him out. I turn on Jace the second we are outside.
What you did in there wasn't cool.
The dude attacked me, Lee. Was I supposed to thank him for reconstructing my face?
Jarrus doesn't want a scandal.
Your hair and face look fine. I wasn't screaming your name while I fought.
He walks off, then pauses.
The wine here is damn good. Prepare to see more of me.
I am terrified Jarrus will confront me about the fight, but he doesn't. I have a bigger problem. Roderick's threat still hangs over my head. He gives me until the end of today to confess to Jarrus, or he will expose everything himself. I can't let Jarrus discover I am still bonded to another man. He already thinks I am loose. I stay awake late into the night, thinking of a way out. I fall asleep with no answers. By morning, I go to check on Xylon. He and Zyla are having breakfast in their uniforms.
Today, I'll get herbs and everything we need to make you better.
Xylon grabs his writing tab and scribbles. He holds it up. Will I really get better? So much hope in his eyes. I tousle his hair.
Yes, darling. No more painful episodes. That'd be so great, Auntie.
Then a cold voice cuts through the room.
Step away from them.
Marta enters like a queen, heels clacking, eyes spitting fire at how close I sit to her kids.
Who let her in? My children shouldn't be disturbed when they're eating.
Xylon and Zyla's faces go sour.
I have the right to be around Xylon. Speak to the Alpha for clarification. You have no right to be around my kids without my consent. I'm taken care of. Then treat him when necessary, instead of throwing yourself at my kids.
My jaw drops. She turns to the nannies.
Bring them to the car. Let's go.
She walks out, arrogance radiating from every pore. An hour later, I am ready to go get Xylon's herbs. Nerion waits outside with a car. He hands me the keys, then a card.
Alpha Jarrus wants you to use this. Black card, unlimited funds. PIN is 2255.
Black cards. Only the richest alphas in the world own them.
I can use my own car.
No offense, but the Alpha doesn't want you driving around in that when there's something better.
I roll my eyes and get in. I won't lie, this car feels good to drive. It is a long drive to Botanical Bliss, the biggest herb store in the country. Xylon's condition is life-threatening. I have never dealt with it before. Yet somehow, I already know exactly what herbs to get. The gift doesn't usually work like this in my family. I walk through the shelves with my basket, checking my list. Lyric. I stop abruptly, inches from bumping into the person in front of me. I look up. It is Alpha Zarek. Kale stops me at the pack house entrance. His face is hard. Alpha Roderick is inside. He's been waiting with Jarrus for hours. My body locks up. I walk into the conference hall. Jarrus sits like a block of granite. Luna Isolde is there too. Roderick smirks at me, eyes full of victory. Alpha Roderick has something to share. I try to buy time, but Jarrus cuts me off. I want to hear it. Tell me. Roderick doesn't hesitate. Lyric and I are bonded. Luna Isolde gasps. Roderick spins his lies about me chasing power. But then Jarrus speaks again. Tell us your story. I force the truth out. 5 years ago, Roderick used me for power, rejected me, and kicked me out. The bond break was never finished. Now he refuses to complete it. A tear slips down my cheek. Roderick rolls his eyes and calls me a liar. But Jarrus stands up. Slowly, dangerously calm. But did you two reject each other? Yes. But, so only the ribbon remains at the temple. Jarrus steps down from the platform, hands in his pockets. I don't care what happened in the past. He stops right in front of Roderick. I'm grateful you came. You just alerted me to a problem. Right now, we're all going to the temple to cut the ribbon. My chin hits the floor when Jarrus speaks. Instead of throwing me out, he walks toward Roderick. I don't care what happened between you two in the past. Right now, we're going to the temple to cut the ribbon. What? No! I came here to warn you. To tell you to kick her out. Jarrus huffs. So you can have her? It doesn't work that way with me. Roderick springs to his feet, furious. I have no intention of letting her go either. What happens next is a blur. Jarrus seizes Roderick by the collar and slams a fist into his jaw. Roderick is strong. I have seen him take down 3 men, but against Jarrus he looks like nothing. Jarrus slams him against the wall. More blows. More kicks. He tosses Roderick hard against a table. The table breaks. Luna Isolde rises to her feet. Somebody stop him! Kale and Nerion don't move. Jairus reaches down. His claws shoot out and slash across Roderick's chest. Blood blooms through his shirt. Roderick growls in pain. He is bleeding everywhere. Jairus calmly wipes his hands with a napkin. You're going to the temple today, Roderick? Whether or not you like it. Kyle and Nerion drag Roderick to the car. Jairus forces him into the back seat. At the temple, the priestess brings out our jar with the ribbon inside. Roderick looks at me with pleading eyes. Lyric, I messed up. But I only did this because I wanted you back. Please forgive me. Take me back. I glare at him and say nothing. Jairus cuts him off with a terrifying tone. Stop talking. The priestess holds up the ribbon. Are you sure about this? Once broken, it can never be fixed. I answer without hesitation. I'm sure. But Roderick stays silent. He could ruin this. Jairus steps forward, claws extended. I'll rip your heart out before you even blink. Do the right thing. Roderick's jaw tightens. He has no choice. I consent. We cut the ribbon together. The two halves drop to the floor. Instantly, a heavy weight lifts from my entire body. I am free. As we turn to leave, Roderick yells out, Are you aware she doesn't have a wolf? That bastard. He knows my wolf is dormant from the silver iron torture. He throws it in my face. Jairus doesn't even pause. He just chuckles. I know. He keeps walking toward the door. My mind reels. How does Jairus know my wolf is dormant? And how come he doesn't care? Jairus floors the gas the second we leave the temple. The car rockets down the road. Buildings blur. Cars swerve. I grip the seat. My heart slams against my ribs. He weaves around a truck so close I stop breathing. I think you might want to slow down. He glances at me. A smirk. Pure amusement in his silver eyes. Are you afraid of dying, Lyric Harper? He speeds up even more. Horns blare behind us. The people are not finding this funny. Embrace the thrill sometimes and live. I swallow hard. But then, I close my eyes. The wind whips my hair. My cheeks tingle. It is terrifying. It is also the most alive I have felt in years. He slams the brakes. We lurch forward. A low chuckle. He did that on purpose. That was scary. Thought I'd bring a little scare to the fun. I end up laughing. For the first time, we are just normal. Later, Marta keeps her head low inside her family's mansion. Her grandmother sits on the floor, candles burning, herbs spread before her. For 6 years, you had one task, get Alpha Jairus to make you his Luna. The old woman turns. Her eyes cut into Marta. How useless can you be, Marta? This family put our hopes in you. Marta's eyes rim with tears. She says nothing. See to it that the mating ceremony does not happen this Friday. If it does, you are useless to me. Back at Darkspire, I followed Jairus to check on the kids. The nanny confirms Xylon was fine all day. I step inside anyway. Blue light fills the room. They sleep so peacefully. I stare too long. Something tightens in my chest. My hand goes to my face. A sniffle escapes. When I turn around, Jairus is watching me. My eyes are wet. They're fine. I'll check on him again in the morning. He studies my face but asks nothing. Not saying another word, we leave the room together. Jairus summons me to his office first thing in the morning. No pleasantries, no small talk.
Swear secrecy. What I'm about to say cannot leave this room. If it does, you'll hate what I do.
I swear. Then he folds his hands and says the words that knock the air out of my lungs.
I have a problem that's been on for years. When I'm in bed with a woman, I don't get to finish.
My breath catches so hard I forget how to inhale. He just stares, waiting for a response. I can't look him in the eye. My fingers twist and pull at the fabric of my shirt.
Can you form a sentence? Or is it because it has to do with my dick?
My mouth drops wide open. I have never heard an alpha speak so bluntly in my entire life. He presses harder. He reminds me I have treated Xylon without any prior experience and accuses me of being choosy. I finally stammer out a promise to think of a treatment and get back to him by evening. But inside, my mind is screaming the truth. I can't speak aloud. I do know an ancient healing technique that could actually work for his condition, but it would require touching him intimately. Direct contact with that very part of him. The same man who took me to bed 5 years ago and abandoned me in the morning, the same man who had me thrown out. I can't do it. I won't. I will find another way. Jairus hands me his black card and tells me Cale will take me shopping for the ceremony items. I pick out everything I need at the bridal shop, pay with his card, still shocked he lets me keep it. Back at the pack, I don't rest. I research herbs immediately and drive out to Botanical Bliss for supplies. I am desperate to find something that would work without touching him. Meanwhile, in a quiet corner of a garden, Marta paces and checks her watch again. Alpha Zarek is 30 minutes late. When he finally strolls in and takes his seat, he offers no apology whatsoever. Marta gets straight to the point. She knows all about his bet with Jairus, a quiet competition between two powerful alphas. She leans in and offers to help him win faster. No cheating, she claims. Just a little push, a little assistance. Zarek's eyes sharpen with dark interest. He knows all about her grandmother, the Great Priestess. Potions and dangerous knowledge run thick in that bloodline.
So, what do you have for me?
I leave the tea on Jairus' messy desk, ready to bolt. Then I see it. A photo turned face down. I shouldn't look. I know I shouldn't. But my hand moves on its own and flips it over. My breath stops. It is me. Old me. From the hotel security footage 5 years ago, the morning he had me thrown out? Why does Jarrus Dreadmore have this picture on his desk? I can't sleep all night. Should I tell him I am that girl? He abandoned me. Clearly, he wanted nothing to do with me back then. But the photo, it makes no sense. Morning comes, he summons me to his office. I stand there, eyes on the floor, heart pounding.
The tea did nothing. No reactions. Nothing.
Of course it doesn't. It was a random remedy I threw together.
Was that your best?
I bite my lip, not even close. Silence stretches. I look up. He is watching me.
What are you hiding from me?
My throat closes. He knows something.
You know a real treatment, and you're refusing to share it.
Because the real treatment requires touching him. Intimately. His phone rings. Saved by the bell. He grabs his jacket and heads out.
We'll finish this when I get back.
Hours of relief. Just hours. Later, Xylon falls asleep on my thighs after his therapy. I stare at his peaceful face. My chest aches. My babies would have been their age, if only they had lived.
Auntie, are you okay, Missy?
I haven't realized I was crying. I wipe the tear fast. Evening comes. Jarrus still isn't back. I take a shower. Drop my towel to apply lotion. Then my door swings open. I scream, snatching for the towel. It isn't a maid. Jarrus Dreadmore stands in my doorway, brows drawn, staring right at me, completely naked. No towel, no cover. No! My door slams open and I scream. I'm standing there, completely naked, towel on the bed, not on my body. Jarrus Dreadmore freezes in my doorway. His eyes rake over every inch of me. Every organ in my body tightens with pure rage.
What the hell? Don't you knock.
I scramble for the towel. Too late. He's already seen everything. Jarrus looks stunned. His eyes stop at my legs, then lower.
I apologize.
He steps out and slams the door. I throw on clothes and storm to his office. I don't care that he's the alpha.
How could you just barge into my room without knocking?
I already apologized. What do you want me to do? Go back in time and erase the memory?
I'm here to tell you to be more careful. You don't just walk into people's rooms.
Damn it, Lyric. Just go.
He throws papers across the room. I flinch and back out. But Jarrus can't shake what he saw. He goes to his room, steps into the shower. The warm water runs over him. But all he sees is me, naked, my breasts, my waist, my legs. His hand moves down his body. He's painfully hard, harder than he's been in years. He tries to stop. He can't. His hand works faster. The image of Lyric Harper fills his head. Every curve, every detail. And then it happens. For the first time in 15 years, Jarrus Dreadmore reaches climax. And it's to the image of me. For 2 days, I avoid Jarrus like a plague. I catch him doing the same. The image of him standing in my doorway, seeing everything, still burns in my mind. Xylon and Xyla sit with me, talking about tomorrow's mating ceremony.
Congratulations, Auntie. We know you'll become Daddy's Luna.
Thank you.
My heart pounds. Mated to Jarrus for 1 year, then discarded. That evening, a knock comes. I open the door and freeze. Jarrus stands there.
I knocked. I hope you noticed.
He says he stopped by to check on my preparations for the ceremony. Jarrus being considerate? I don't know he has it in him.
If your friend Jace will be helpful, fine.
He tips his head and leaves. My heart feels lighter. But I tell him the truth. That I was the woman from 5 years ago. Before I can decide, my phone rings. Marta. She wants to meet, says it is important. In the private garden, she looks genuinely worried.
I don't know who you are, but it's the first time Jarrus has trusted anyone this much with Xylon's help. What makes you think you can actually heal him?
I tell her I mean no harm. The boy doesn't deserve that pain. She seems to accept my words. Almost nice. Too nice. She pours us drinks. I take a sip. Sweet and addictive. Marta spills wine on her dress and rushes to the restroom. I don't notice my glass is already empty. My head grows heavy. The world blurs at the edges. Then I see him, Jarrus, standing before me, looking perfect in a black suit.
I came to get you. Come.
He pulls me to my feet and leads me to a room behind the garden. I don't know, there is a room there. It has a bed. He pushes me against the wall, hands on my waist. I kiss him first. I kiss him like a woman starved. I wake up with my head on the table, neck aching, head pounding. The room behind the garden? The door's locked. A dream. It was all a dream. Marta's bag is gone. She leaves me alone. Doesn't wake me. Doesn't say goodbye. I scowl, grab my bag, and leave. Even before the ceremony starts, I know something is wrong. Jarrus's office is locked. His room is empty. I have waited all night, but he hasn't come back. In the morning, when I ask Narian where the hell the alpha is, he just brushes me off.
Don't worry about him.
But that is impossible. This is our mating day. By evening, I am sealed into a red floral dress that cost a fortune. My hair falls over my shoulders in dark curls. My makeup is flawless.
Damn, Lyric, you look incredible.
I blush, but beneath the smile, my gut is twisting. Jace leads me outside, and we drive nearly an hour to the temple. My father takes my hand, looking happier than I have seen him in years. He guides me inside. The hall is packed. Everyone is there. Luna Isolde watches from the front row. So does Marta. The priestess stands at the altar. I take my place, bouquet in hand, and wait. But Jarrus doesn't arrive. An hour passes, then another. My waist aches from standing, so they make me sit. A voice snakes from the row behind me. He must have changed his mind. Nobody's this late to their own mating ceremony. Her words are a knife in my chest. My fingers tremble around the bouquet. My father squeezes my hand.
He'll be here. Don't worry.
But a third hour begins to bleed out. That's when the guests start leaving. One by one, the crowd that filled the hall slips away until there are no more than 10 people left. Luna Isolde's phone is glued to her ear, her face tight with fury. She calls Kael to demand where Jairus is hiding. Kael's reply comes loud enough for everyone to hear.
He doesn't want to talk to anyone, and he doesn't want anyone knowing where he is.
That is when the fragile hope inside me shatters. I am not just being stood up, I am being abandoned. Again. The pain hits my eyes first, then it runs down my face, ruining my perfect makeup with black streaks of mascara. My father pulls me into his chest. I feel his pity wrap around me like a shroud. And there, in the empty temple, in my ruined red dress, I sob. Not just for tonight, but for 5 years ago, I have been rejected by Jairus Dreadmore, abandoned twice by the same man.